Here are the reserves and the starting 11 for visiting Orange County Blues FC. Tonight's reserves are Joshua Cohen, Roy Meus, Ryan Felix, Bernard Valema, Didier Cretendon, Andrew Gray, and Kwafe Ajegwa. The Orange County Blues FC is led by head coach Oliver Weiss. Assistant coaches are Braden Cloutier, Claudio Trapattoni, and Victor Nogueira. And now the starting 11 for Orange County Blues FC. The goalkeeper is number 33, Brandon Miller. Defender number 12, Andre Campbell. Defender number 13, Matt Sheldon. Defender number 6, Maurice Plukta. Defender number 3, Kwame Watson-Sirabo. Midfielder number 10, Richard Chaplow. Midfielder number 19, Ivan Mirkovic. Midfielder number 16, Mats Bjurman. Midfielder number 8, Pablo Cruz Jr. Midfielder number 7, Christopher Santana. And forward number 9, Trevin Cesar. here are the officials for tonight's match. The referee is Jose Lara. Assistant referees are Brooke Weiss and Michael Kapp. And the fourth official is Matt Trotter. And now here are your Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Tonight's reserves are Gary Chinnerazzo, Matt Watley, Henry, Kaleem, Raymond Lee, Bryce Taylor, Jason Ramos Carpio, Chase Minter, Jake Feener, and Hunter Harrison. The Roughnecks are led by head coach David Irving, assisted by Tom Taylor, Mac Orr, and Ryan Ego, and joined by athletic trainer Kobe Smith and team physician Dr. John E. Ariala. And now for your Tulsa Roughnecks starting 11. The goalkeeper is number 1, Alex Mangles. Defender number 22, Edgar Espinoza. Defender number 16, Isaiah Schaefer. Defender number 21, Devin Morgan. Defender number 3, Irla Tavarin. Midfielder number 24, Brady Ballou. Midfielder number 11, Carlos Martinez. Midfielder number 5, David Abador. Midfielder number 17, Gus Villalobos. Midfielder number 14, Christian Mata. And forward number 9, Sammy Ochoa. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, and stand at attention as Myron Oliver performs our national anthem.
Which is an important one considering that with a winning month now that we've seen now from the Roughnecks, here they are just kind of casually hanging around, trying to make it up that table to find themselves in that final top 8 as we head into the playoffs.
Yeah, it took me back a little bit, if I was honest, when David Irving mentioned the word playoffs. So, I think a lot of people had thought, well, no, we'll just have to try and get off the bottom of the table and finish this season out and look for next. But no, I totally agree with him. And he said off air to me, he said, 35 points is a pretty good target. If we could get to 35, that could well get us in the top 8. Massive game tonight. How many times have we said that this season? So important to follow up that 2-1 impressive win in Arizona. You know, a 3-2-1 in the last 6. Things have turned around, Pop. There's a corner been turned. But let's remember, we're up against OC Blues, who've just beaten Lowstills 2-0. So it's not going to be easy. No game is easy in this league. David said that. You know, it's a tough league. But if we are going to make the playoffs, it's a game like this that we've got to come out with 3 points. And then you and I can start talking about Saturday, as you said, which is just 48 hours away. But let's have 3 points tonight, or at least get something out of this game tonight.
There you see the Roughnecks in the huddle as Sammy Ochoa leading the charge. The captain is back tonight for this matchup wearing the throwback jerseys that honor the original Roughnecks. Starting lineups tonight for Orange County. We'll start first for the visitors. As you see, David Irving, Tom Taylor, and the crew on the sidelines. And there's the interesting stat that we'll get into a little bit later, a tale of 2 seasons, as look at the record in the second half of the season from David Irving, especially here as of late. 7-4-3 last year, and then in 2013, 7-3-3. Brandon Miller is in the net tonight for Orange County. Also across the back line, Andre Campbell. You have Maurice Plunka, Kwame Sibarobi, Matthew Sheldon, Ivan Mirkovic, Richard Chaplow, Pablo Cruz Jr., and Mats Bayerman. Christopher Santana and Trevin Caesar, who is the dangerous one up top. Mangles is in the back of the net for the Roughnecks with Edgar Espinoza, Isaiah Schaefer, Devin Morgan, Irla Davern, and in the midfield is Brady Ballou, Carlos Martinez, David Abador, Gustavos Villalobos, and up top is Christian Mata and Sammy Ochoa. And settle in and welcome to Tulsa as we are underway here in the first half. Roughnecks, if you're listening in on the radio dial on 1300 The Buzz, are moving from left to right on your radio dial, dressed in the red kits, red from head to toe, including socks. Orange County in the blue kits this evening, even with the blue socks. I am Jeremy Poplin, joined by Dave Saunders.
And it looks very much, Pop, like it's 4-4-2 against 4-4-2. Christian Madder, Sammy Ochoa up top. You know, Christian Madder, they will be worried about Madder because he got those 2 goals. But, of course, we've got to keep Trevin Caesar quiet, who had the 2 goals against Lowstills. So we'll see how things shape up here. But, as I say, first observation from me would be 4-4-2 plays 4-4-2. And also interesting to see Richard Chaplow, an Englishman,
yes,
in the centre of the park there. I think it's his second game. Pop.
Second game.
An experienced player, played for Southampton, amongst others, in England.
Yes, he did. Was added to the roster before the Lowstills game in that 2-0 victory in the 405 derby.
And I should say he's played at under 23 level for England as well. So he's had some international experience.
That's a good signing from OC. Roughnecks here with some penetration deep. They will go with the throw in, looking there for Mata, trying to post up there inside the 18. Here's the long ball forward, and it slips through the center of the defense, but Devin Morgan is there to clean it up, finds Espinoza. Espinoza cuts forward, finds Martinez, and Martinez will turn, spin, and spray it to the outside for David Abador. Here's Abador searching forward, has Mata. Mata leaves it there for Gustavo Villalobos, continuing to play some of his best football that we've seen throughout the entire season. And there's a good look from Davern, trying to find Sammy Ochoa on that searching ball forward. Still, though, the defender does a good job of cutting off the angle, and it's a goal kick now for OC. The
other change that David Irvin's had to make, of course, with Henry being suspended for those 5 yellow cards, is to bring David Abador from the back 4 into the central midfield. So you'd expect him to sit deep alongside Martinez, who will perhaps be slightly more attacking. But as we've often said, David Abador, a very good signing. I will come to you, Pop.
Inside the box, Mangles has to be quick as he makes his decision, comes out and has it there in the sun. As you can see on that far end of the pitch, the sun will be something that that Alex Mangles has to contend with throughout the entire evening until it finds its way down beneath the stands here at One Oak Field. And that's something that you always have to keep in mind here during the summer with the way that this stadium runs. The keeper on that end will have to find a way to battle through it.
Certainly will. Just to finish the point on David Abador, we know he is a very versatile player, and it's really good to have a player like that. He has been playing at right back, he's played at centre back, and here he is in the deep midfield role, which we know that he can play. He played it at the beginning of the season.
Long ball from Miller forward. That was Santana that had an opportunity with it. Tulsa plays the ball deep, and if Villalobos can get there and look at the speed there, hustling back from Sheldon. He just blew right by Gustavo. Here's Mata with the touch. Ball sent in. Easy the air for Miller, who steps forward, plunks it out of the air, and sprays it out wide. Campbell looking for the long ball. Almost connects with it there. It does. And the referee now says that will be a handball. And the Roughnecks are fortunate there that ball was played in over the top and put in the back of the net, but the referee directly there on top of it to take this one away.
Well, good spot by the referee, and interestingly, he's not shown Cesar a yellow card, so therefore I can only think that it wasn't a deliberate handball, but that's a very good spot from the referee there, and it remains 0-0. And in fact, I'm just looking at a replay, Pop, and it was a deliberate handball. So maybe the referee got half of that right, giving the free kick, but it should have perhaps been a yellow card.
Well, and the more dangerous thing is, as you see the replay there, as Cesar places it in the back, is that's twice now that Orange County has tried the counter over the top. And the first time Morgan was there to cut it off. That time, though, it almost worked for the Blues. Here's Sammy, turns towards the byline, thinks better of it. Angle is cut off, plays it back. Here's Espinoza. Espinoza's ball. Nice curling ball that's played in, a bit too far. Villalobos was there, and now a foul in the back as Mata will be the guilty party with a little shove in the back as Sheldon hit the grass. He is up and okay, and now we have Brandon Miller getting set to go.
What a wonderful cross from Espinoza, the new signing at right back. Really wrapped his right foot around the ball. Great ball back to the penalty spot, and in the end the referee spots the infringement. Good play from Espinoza.
Was a good play. As the Roughnecks continue on and have had most of the possession so far. Mata able to keep this one in down the touchline. Here comes Mata. Diagonal run from the 18. Nice ball played in. Sammy's there. And a goal! Roughnecks score early, and it's the captain one more time. Add one more goal to the list of Sammy Ochoa. He now has number 10 on the season, and more importantly, the Roughnecks find themselves in the lead here in minute number 6.
Wonderful, just barely 6 minutes gone, and there's the two strikers combining. Let's chalk up another assist for Mata. He got 2 goals in the midweek against Arizona, and here he is pushing the ball across, a perfect ball for Sammy Ochoa. Well, you couldn't wish for better than that from your strike partner. Sammy Ochoa, a few yards out, taps the ball in.
Sammy Ochoa tied for 3rd in the USL now with goal number 10. And wow, did that not take very long at all for the captain to get on the board here in his first game back after being sent off in Oklahoma City.
Well, I think David Irvin's words to me when I asked him, does Sammy come back in? He said, oh, yeah, you've got to put Sammy in. You can't leave him out. What wise words from the coach. Sammy Ochoa, you can't leave him out. He didn't play in Arizona, of course, and here he is, and it takes him 6 minutes on the score sheet. And does he go to 10 goals, I think, for the season now? So wonderful performance from the captain.
There's a shot of the Roughnecks bench. There's Feener on the end, along with Gary Chinarazzo, Matt Wadley. I want to say hi to Gary's father, who is watching in Edinburgh. Nice turn there from Mata. Earns a corner now for the Roughnecks.
And don't forget, including Gary's father, anybody on Twitter, send us a tweet at Roughnecks Radio. All one word. We'd love to read out your tweets on the show. Actually,
that was a throw-in now as Brady Ballou on top of the ball, and unlucky there is Brady.
Nice to see Brady Ballou back getting a start, Pop, and I think it's a big night for him. I think, you know, the Roughnecks fans love him, don't they? We all love Brady, and we want to see him do that good stuff down the right-hand side.
There's Brady there with a quick challenge, and because of that challenge has now won a throw-in for the Roughnecks. Espinoza with the throw. Looking for Ochoa, settles. Nice ball from Mata. Can Mata get there? No, he cannot.
But again, the front two really have a great relationship here, don't they? Look at that from Sammy Ochoa. Just overhit it. Christian Mata knew the run, got there a yard ahead of the defender, and those two are really linking up well in David Owen's 4-4-2 tonight.
Let's go back to Espinoza. Espinoza, who comes in from the Armenian Premier League. a late signing that was just approved the prior night on Saturday, just a few hours before the game. Here's OC on the opposite end of the field with an opportunity of their own. That ball played in, and Mangles takes it out of the air. No problem there for the big redhead out of Cal. Got to meet his parents last weekend who made the way down. It was Alex's birthday last weekend, and his parents went down to Arizona to watch Alex get the win and watch the lads get a win.
And a great win it was too, for those of us listening back in Tulsa. But it's important, as we said at the top of the show, to really progress, and they have tonight. 1-0, they lead.
Ball played in from Brady Ballou. That is headed out of the area. There's a shot from distance as Abador thought that he would have a go from way outside. No harm with that, taking that attempt. Just missed to the opposite side, did David Abador. With tonight's 17 shots on the season, that's second on the team. And that might surprise some folks to see Abador with the second number of shots on the team.
Yeah, it surprised me a little bit as you've read that stat out, but he has had opportunities, hasn't he? We've seen a few close-in volleys when he's been up for corners and so on, but good strike there, wide of the target.
Roughnecks also acquiring Chase Minter on loan from Sacramento. He is available and on the bench this evening. It's one touch there as Brady fights back.
Yeah, I think David Irvin showing his knowledge and experience of this league and has good relationships with other coaches. Paul Buckle, good friend of mine there, who's the manager of Sacramento. You know, it's good to bring these players in and keep this pot boiling, Pop, as we know.
It is 1-0 Tulsa as we are in the 11th minute. Ball settled at the corner, knocked away from there. Play forward by Martinez. Mata beaten to the ball there in the center circle. That was Plunka, who got there in front of Christian Mata. Now settled here at midfield. Here comes Orange County. Maybe try to pull it back a little bit. There's Chaplow. Long ball finds its target. Deadly aim there from Chaplow. Ball played in from the byline, and Mangles has it easily there. Caesar was on the back post. Espinoza was in between the two, and now Mangles will push everyone forward for the Roughnecks.
Well, we can do plenty of stats tonight, but the Roughnecks are 4-1-0 when scoring first. So can they keep that going tonight? 1-0 up. Here's Brady Ballou trying to get a second.
Trying to build off that momentum after a winning month in July. Switches fields to Davern. Davern settles, finds Villalobos. Easy ball back for Davern. Forward for Sammy Ochoa. Nice movement here from Tulsa, taking advantage of those triangles. There's a giveaway from Abador. That was Chaplow that stepped in front of it. Here he comes one more time, searching ball through the center, finds it on the circle, looking for Caesar on the dead run. Good job there by Isaiah Schaefer, step for step with Caesar, and Mangles comes out to make the play.
Yeah, good play from the back four again. They're keeping it tight, and I think Espinoza's done well in his early minutes here at right back, and Davron, we know, steady Eddie at left back, but it's up front. They seem to be combining really well, Ochoa and Mata, so let's hope they can continue that for the 90 minutes.
That was Siribo working against one Sammy Ochoa. Almost there, an opportunity as that ball came free. Espinoza might have gotten away with a handball there, and now he comes flying through, and boy, a quick booking here in the 13th minute, and there was going to be no arguing that whatsoever from the official. As you saw that from up here, he was immediately reaching for the pocket from the get-go.
Yeah, I think probably about right. I think as we see it again here, Espinoza just overran the ball. He tried to chest it down, and then ball got away from him, and he was trying to determine to win it, but he did catch the lad there, Mirkovic, and yellow card, I think, probably about right there.
So into the books goes Edgar Espinoza. Here he is on the opposite end of the field there. Ball played back to Campbell. Center ball now. Being patient with it is Mirkovic. Turning and looking there, Santana. Patient on the ball is Santana. Cutting to the inside now. There's a hard tackle and a foul committed by David Abador. So a dangerous position here for OC as we get set for this free kick, and they want to go early. Here's Chaplow. Chaplow with the low line drive blast directly at Mangles. Oh, and a sneaky little restart there from OC trying to catch Tulsa off guard, and it actually gave Chaplow a wide open look at net.
Yeah, you don't see many of those, do you? Quickly taking free kicks in that position. But Chaplow with the shot there. With respect to Chaplow, I was looking at his stats, and he hasn't scored a lot of goals in his career because he's very much a sort of holding midfield player. But he's an experienced player and one that we'll have to watch out for tonight. Should say as well, Pop, welcome into all USL fans tonight, because we're the only game on tonight, so I'm sure there'll be a few watching. So again, if you want to tweet us at Roughnecks Radio, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us who you support, where you're listening and where you're watching from, and we would love to read out your tweets.
Boy, there's Mata just continuing to show that bulldog-esque mentality that he has, tracking down those loose balls, as David Irving likes to call him. He's a problem, and he will present problems for you across the back line. And man, what a difference that he has made, especially when he has a chance to start with number 9, Sammy Ochoa. Here's Brady Ballou, tries to cut to the inside, knocked away briefly. Still possession held here by Tulsa. Abador from the center circle. Nice ball forward from Mata. One touch Ochoa. Continuing on the run through is Mata, and he is well off sides. AR's flag goes up, and the center official, Jose Lara, makes the call.
Well, you know, early on in the season, we had to go with one up front, Sammy Ochoa, because Mata wasn't fit, and, you know, there wasn't anybody else to really go up as a true, you know, centre forward. But tonight you've got 2 of them, and in the modern game, a lot of the big teams do play with one, but Roughnecks with 2 tonight. That's a great tackle from Espinoza. And already we've seen 4 or 5 times tonight the link up between the captain Ochoa and Christian Mata. They're going to be a handful for this OC Blues back 4.
That was a strong tackle from Espinoza. Head to your local Green Country Chevy dealer and take home the new face of Strong, the 2016 Silverado 1500. Here's a corner now from Orange County. Tulsa leading 1-0 in the 16th minute. And really, OC wants a much better ball played in. Oh, look at Miller, way out of his line. He got a piece of it there. Brady Ballou is in the vicinity. Here comes Mata. Mata between 2 defenders, lays it off for Brady Ballou. Just got there in front. We'll see as Lara will point towards the 6-yard box, and a goal kick now.
Story of 2 goalkeepers there. Alex Mangles made his 3rd very safe and easy catch of the night, and then punted the ball down the middle. But the keeper, Miller, was alert there as he came out, as played almost as a 5th defender there outside his area, and averted the danger. And then Brady Ballou just getting a toe in there, and it was the right decision to give a goal kick. But great start from the Roughnecks, coming up for 17 minutes gone, and they're leading this by 1-0. 1-0, and deservedly so.
Villalobos, Ochoa, Davrin settled there with the chest as it came off the deflection from Villalobos. Nice ball played in, and now the assistant's flag is up as Ballou is in an offsides position.
See, I don't mind that from Brady Ballou. Okay, he's gone a yard too quickly there, but he really loves to get forward, and he's almost turned it into a 4-3-3 at times. I know he's done his defensive duty as well against Campbell, but that I don't mind, because he's trying to break through that line. That's really good play from Brady Ballou.
David Abador had that one knocked away from him. Outside, here's Campbell. Campbell with plenty of space. Has Caesar there. Little dump ball to Caesar, looking for the corner. Espinoza trailing behind him. Caesar cuts back to the inside, just curling there. Has options. Leaves it for Mirkovic. Played inside the box from Mirkovic. And Schaefer keeps that one down with the head. Little test from the outside that is kept on the ground towards the near post from Caesar. No harm whatsoever for Alex Mangles and the Roughnecks, leading 1-0 here in the 19th minute.
And Pop, a lovely tweet here from Charlie Sears, who says, I support UC Blues because Matt Sheldon, and Matt is playing tonight, the number 13 at right back for OC Blues, runs a YouTube channel to help kids improve. And I wanted to give back by supporting. Well done, Charlie. Excellent tweet. Thank you for that.
You know, that's the one thing I love about this league is here's Ochoa cutting to the inside. Oh, looking there on the angle ball for Blue. Nice run through the center of the pitch there from Brady, just unlucky. That's the one thing I love about this league, the little individual stories of some of the players that play inside here. Mirkovic through the center circle. Has it back, gives to Chaplow. You find out all the different types of personalities. Chaplow's ball is too heavy. Mangles has it. But little stories like there that we just heard about Matthew Sheldon, trying to give back, trying to spread the game. It's something as simple as opening up a YouTube page. And you have more access to more people now than you ever have had in the history of this world before. And something as simple as that can mean a lot to someone watching us and giving a shout out on Twitter.
Yeah, thank you, Charlie. That's a really good tweet. And also, we should say Jesse Easton. Of course, we know Jesse well here at the Roughnecks. What a goal by the Roughnecks. And Sammy Ochoa, also great to listen to the guys at Roughnecks Radio, even if I'm in Japan, Pop. So he's listening from Japan. Well done to you, Jesse. I don't know what time it is for you. Perhaps you can tell us that as well.
Here's an opportunity. Martinez on the free kick. Davern is there. Martinez plays it in. It's curling in. Abador was in the area. Comes out, not out of the 18 yet. Campbell hacks at it with the left just to get it up in the air out. Blues ball played back in as Brady now tracks back.
That was a really good defensive header from the big number 6, the German Plunkter, who's got Borussia Mönchengladbach experience, and a really towering header there, the lad at the back there. Good defensive play from OC Blues.
This is Mata causing trouble one more time. Martinez, Mata, ball for the corner. Baloo runs onto it, trying to cut towards the in line, and protecting the in line and is Siribo. Baloo will leave this for Espinoza.
Siribo was signed today, I think, Pop, by OC Blues.
Yes, he was.
Looks a good, strong defender.
15 yards the opposite end of the byline. Looking there on the throw for Sammy. Campbell clears it out. Schaefer can settle here. Unlucky there for Orange County that it came off of their player. Here comes Tulsa. Long throw directly into the hands of Brandon Miller.
Martinez, the number 11 for the Roughnecks, has had a quiet start to the game, but effective. Hasn't done anything wrong. And he's just playing alongside David Abador there. Of course, we're missing Henry tonight, but there he is. Martinez just tidying up, doing the unsung work in the center of the park. Well done to him.
After the game in Arizona the other evening, when I stepped onto the bus, that's the first thing Henry wanted to know, if he was going to be suspended. Ball forward from Chaplow. Wanted to know, is that 5? I said, unfortunately, Henry, it is, and his head just dropped. You can tell how much that this game means to Henry.
Yeah, well, he's a combative midfield player, and it's going to happen in the modern game, isn't it? I don't think he goes out to break people's legs, so he's not malicious in his tackling, but, you know, it's going to happen, isn't it? And he's got his 5, but the slate will be wiped clean after this game, and, you know, the beauty for David Irvin is, if he wants to, he could bring him back in on Saturday when maybe there's going to be a few tired legs after tonight.
Mirkovic looking. Dribbling through the center now. That's Cruz Jr. Chaplow.
The Roughnecks are making this very difficult for OC Blues to move out of the midfield. They're really working hard off the ball, the men in red.
OC's just kind of probing now. Cruz Jr. will let one go from way outside. That one well over the top of the bar. And a goal kick now for Tulsa, still leading 1-0, as we have now officially 23 minutes gone here in the first half at One Oak Field. I'm Jeremy Poplin. That's Dave Saunders. Here's a replay on YouTube of the attempt from Cruz.
Nothing for Alex Mangles to worry about there. Nathan Napier says, hey guys, watching from home today, is the recent success due to a tactics change or the new players or both? I don't know if you've got a comment on that, Pop.
I don't know if it's necessarily a tactics change. To me, I think it's been the addition of some of the new players that we've seen here and almost a collective group. Chaplow chests that one down, was knocked away. It bounces back out. And a golden opportunity missed there by Orange County. Oh, Chaplow on the run through in his service. It was a great ball played back to him. And you thought that he might have a better opportunity, did Chaplow.
Chaplow thought he might have been fouled there. I don't think it was. I think it was good positioning by the defender.
That was Schaefer, and Cruz is upset with himself because he thought that he had more for that ball that was put on Mangles. And to the opposite end of the field, a foul. Not quite dead center of the pitch, just off to the left a bit. Referee now will mark off 10 yards. Several paces inside the box. So right around 25 out. Tulsa offset just a bit. Davern now barking out orders to Lara. Wants the ball back just one more yard. Martinez. Los has a go. And just to the opposite side of the post.
And it was just, you used the right word there, Pop. That was a great curling effort there. We saw one from Chad Bond with the last game we were here at One Oak do that and nearly grazed the frame there. That's a great effort from Martinez. But it remains 1-0. Jesse Easton says it's 10 a.m. here in Japan, so a win would be a great way to start my day and a great way to finish our day here in Tulsa. Jesse, welcome aboard, of course.
Chaplow, as you mentioned, played at the under-21 level for England, made his debut against the Netherlands back in 2004. And he said that he was excited about the opportunity to contribute here in the States. He's got a lot of experience, does Chaplow. As you mentioned, Southampton.
I think he's only 31 as well.
He is. Nice slide there from Davern, that patent slide from Dav to take that ball away. And another one from Gustavo as Santana had turned and faced.
Everybody working hard, Pop, aren't they?
Yes.
Everybody working hard off the ball.
Chaplow gets a touch. Mirkovic back centrally. Cruz is not afraid. That's several now from well outside the 18 for Cruz. And no danger whatsoever for Alex Mangles. We need to identify ourselves on the radio side. This is Tulsa Roughnecks Soccer. Espinoza near the halfway line. Roughnecks leading here in the 28th minute, 1-0 off the goal from Sammy Ochoa in the 6th minute. Play to the back line. Plunka all the way forward looking for Caesar.
They don't mind hitting that long ball, do they, Pop? You know, it's interesting to me they're doing that because in the last 10 or so minutes, it's all been OC Blues possession. And the Roughnecks have worked hard off the ball. But that was a long ball from the German there. And I'm surprised they do that. I guess it's just every now and again to try and catch the Roughneck back four unawares. Here they are back with possession.
Chaplow to the outside. Settled there by Santana. Everything flows through Chaplow there in the middle. Caesar has drifted back a bit. Here's Cruz. Cruz looking to split the defender there for Chaplow. Caesar has the ball bounced directly to him. Nice move, cutting to the inside the arc. And Caesar lets it go with the left. Mangles had the angle down. And a goal kick now for the Roughnecks.
Well, Caesar is the OC Blues, if I can get my words out, equivalent to Christian Matter, isn't he? He scored 2 goals against Los Dos. He's the man in form. He's playing up there. You know, I said they started off as a 4-4-2. I would say that the lad Cruz is playing just in behind Caesar, so it's more of a 4-4-1-1, and they've had to do that because of the way the Roughnecks have played this first 28 minutes.
Deep from the corner now, a throw for Villalobos. And he will leave for Irla Davrin in the 30th minute now. Step over there, we'll see which way they point, and in the direction of the Roughnecks for the throw in. Gustavo. Davrin was just a step slow on the delivery there from the Gus Bus.
I think that's good play from Mirkovic there. I think we're going to have a hydration break here.
Yes, we will. It was a hot one today in Tulsa. Extremely hot here in the Tulsa Metroplex. Temperatures hit 100 degrees. A heat index of 104 in Tulsa. The current temperature is still at 95. It is sunny with not a cloud in the sky. The official weather forecast for tonight's match is provided by the News on 6 meteorologist Travis Meyer. At kickoff, we were 97. It's dropped just a couple of degrees here at 95, with the Roughnecks leading 1-0. Thoughts so far? I feel like from what we've seen with Mata and Ochoa working, especially in that first 15 minutes, what a high level of work that those two have put in so far.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. First 30 minutes, they've really taken it to OC Blues and got the goal. And it was important, Pop, that we scored that goal. You know, it's an easy tap in for Sammy Ochoa due to the wonderful assist from Christian Matter. But if you don't take your chances early on, you know, you make it harder. And now the game has settled down a little bit. And Matter and Sammy have not had so much of the ball in the last 10 or so minutes. So OC Blues have got to grips with them a little bit, but good that we got that goal and those two are on fire. And what's impressed me is they're not afraid to give up some possession to OC Blues, who are obviously pretty good on the ball. As you said in commentary, you know, Chaplow seems to be at the centre of everything. And I think what's impressed me is their work off the ball, not just the goalkeeper, the back four, but the midfield four as well, and throw in Sammy Ochoa and Christian Matter as well. So they're defending as a team, and I think that's something David Irvin has instilled in them in this second part of the season. So far, my friend, so good.
We'll get to the stat on the screen here in a second as we're almost back to play, but I do want to welcome in everyone that's watching in on YouTube. All the USL matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. You can follow the action on the USL YouTube channel. And welcome into beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma. As they said, a tale of two halves. You saw the stat there since 2011. David Irving has had second half teams, and that is what this city is hoping for, and all these great fans here, including the roustabouts, that the second half streak continues on, and this team can find a way to fight and get back close to that 8th spot there in the West. Here's Chaplow. Has it to the outside. Settled there. The AR's flag is up way across the field. That was Byerman who was caught.
And just going back to that stat where David Irvin, you know, has done better in the second half of the season, there's a very experienced manager who I know well, my beloved Exeter City, playing League Two. His name is Paul Tisdale, and he is second longest serving manager behind Arsene Wenger now that Sir Alex Ferguson has retired. And he has said to me constantly that, you know, it's the second half of the season that counts. You know, you don't get anything for winning your first game or going on 3 games, losing, say, 3 out of your first 4. And he, you know, I know it's a little bit different with the USL, but he used to say, look, when I've seen the opposition at least once halfway through the season, then we'll make our push for the playoffs or we'll go for the championship. And it's really important. And I think David Irvin's right. And a few more wins and we're back in the map for the playoffs.
Abador trying to go to the opposite side to find Irla Davern. That ball was taken away. Here's Cruz. Nice run to the outside. Devin Morgan out there to challenge. That's working against Santana. Nice win there from Devin Morgan to knock it away briefly. Cruz turns, has it, drops it off, leaves it for Mirkovic. Easy touch from Mirkovic, working back. Still in the middle third. Chaplow. Mirkovic now patiently waiting. Cruz has a man to the outside. It's there. Gustavo tries to slide, does knock it down, results in a corner now for Orange County. We're in the 35th minute with Tulsa leading 1-0.
And what's happening there, Villalobos is playing wide on the left, Brady Blue wide on the right. They're doing their defensive duties, Pop, and they're helping out those left and right backs in Espinoza and Dav. Really good, but they've got to defend the corner now.
Cruz so far has only played 19 minutes on the season in his 1 appearance. Curling out. Chaplow settles, turns. Ooh, off of the deflection. That's dangerous. And now we'll go to the opposite side.
Well, I've been impressed by Cruz. I don't know whether there's any OC Blues fans out there. He's not played many minutes, but if you want to tweet us at Roughnecks Radio, all one word, at Roughnecks Radio, tell us about Cruz, because I've been very impressed with him tonight. He's already had a couple of goes at goal, and he seems to link up well with Caesar.
In swinger now from the opposite side. Headed away. Tracking back there was Villalobos. There's Caesar. Makes contact in the middle with Morgan. Davern, little touch to the outside, left-footed ball. Oh, that caught Martinez by surprise. Did well to handle it there, as much pace as it had on it. Abador now steps over. Espinoza, just signed to the roster last week. I thought had a really positive performance in Arizona. Nice ball from the back. Ooh. Finds a direct line, and there's a hard foul.
Well, it'll be a card.
And it will be a card.
I think it's a yellow. I don't think it's a red. But is it Gus down there? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Gus. And Sheldon is the man that's booked. So he'll be booked here in the 36th.
Long ball there from Schaefer.
Pinpoint accuracy on that ball, too. Look at that on the dead run.
Yeah, I think it was a clumsy challenge. You know, I don't think it was malicious. I don't think he had his arms wrapped around Gus. But what it's done is it's given the Roughnecks, okay, it's on the left-hand side of the box, but a good chance here. And they've got 5 red-shirted players inside the box, and everybody is back for OC Blues. Good time to score a second.
3 yards directly outside the 18. 4 or 5 in from the corner. See if Tulsa can take advantage. Service in, and a corner now. The deflection off the top of the head of the defender.
Yeah, don't mind that from Martinez. He hit a low ball in there, going for the far corner, and there was a good defensive header away, but it's going to be more defending for OC Blues as Dav comes across. Will this be an in-swinger from the Irishman? Well, here we go, Pop. We always have to have one of these, don't we?
Once a game.
Pushing and shoving. Chaplow involved there.
And you know Mata's not going to give an inch at all.
I think it's Mata and Chaplow there, and I think all is well.
If that was Shaq, Mata wouldn't give an inch.
Right.
Mata does not care. Dav's long ball almost to the corner of the 18, skips to the opposite side, and Schaefer has it. Schaefer, nice step over, nice move. That ball played on the ground, taken away by Mirkovic.
Don't you just love that when central defenders get that opportunity to do a little step over and play as temporarily as a winger? That was great play from Schaefer.
And smooth from Schaefer as well, former Pittsburgh Riverhound. Unlucky there is Gustavo.
You can see the confidence that the Reds are playing with tonight. Really good, confident play, and they know that they've got a good goalkeeper going through the team, the back four, the midfield's working hard, and then they know they've always got a chance with those two lads up front, Mata and Ochoa, that the ball's going to be stuck in the back of the net. Lots of confidence tonight.
Davern had a little bit of time. Now Santana comes over to challenge, and Davern has to get it away. Mangles was pointing as soon as Dav touched the ball. He had just a brief moment to make that decision, and unfortunately has to send this one out of play. Makes up for it there with a good play. Keep that one in bounds. Sammy was hugged up there against the defender, and Plunka. 39th minute. Tulsa leading 1-0 off the goal from Ochoa, his 10th on the season. Campbell. Ball still on the foot of Campbell. Poked away. Martinez. Campbell still came away with it, though. Ball on the ground. Caesar lays it off. Good job of Villalobos sticking the foot in there to get a piece of it. Oh, nice play over the top. Ochoa, and unlucky there. Bad bounce. Handball on Sammy. Not on purpose whatsoever, just unfortunate.
Yeah, just unfortunate there. Ball bouncing up onto the arm of Sammy Ochoa. Another shout out from Jessica Valdez. I hope I've got your last name right there, Jessica. She said, hey, I'm Jessica, going for the Blues. I'm watching today because of Matt Sheldon's YouTube channel, Become Elite. If you weren't with us earlier, somebody else tweeted it, and it's Matt is playing tonight at right back, and he's trying to help these young players come through. Jessica, thank you for your tweet at Roughnecks Radio. Love to hear from people.
Here's Mangles forward. Ochoa gets the first touch on it. Cannot link up with Mata. Mata still, though, providing a little bit of press there in the back, and it has caused, well, they're going to say it came off just the bottom side of the boot there. Still a throw in for OC.
Pop, don't you love this place, One Oak? Isn't it fantastic? I mean,
it's beautiful down here at this time of night.
It really is, isn't it? I mean, the families are out there with their blankets on the two lawns there, and we've got people sat all around the stadium. It's a great night here. We love calling the games here in downtown Tulsa.
Plunka to the outside, looking there. Santana on a run, too heavy. That ball from Sheldon.
But, my friend, it's good to be up here in the air-conditioned Oklahoma Bank booth, isn't it?
Boy, you're not a kidding on that one. Hey, one thing I know that both of us are extremely impressed with, and that is the social media aspect of the USL. You can follow them at USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the 2016 season. Facebook does a great job as well for them. Be a fan of theirs for exclusive news and interactive content. They've got Vine, they've got Instagram, you name it, they've got it all. And the USL has made that a priority in today's day and age. Here's Campbell. Espinoza did not allow anything to happen there, like a brick wall.
No way through. That's exactly what I was going to say. Espinoza doing well there. Been booked early on in the game, so has got to watch out a little bit, but no bother winning the ball there.
Caesar. Back to Mirkovic. Cruz let that one play through all the way to the backside to Campbell. Abador got there just in the right amount of time. Here's Ballou's ball. Nice run from Abador. He kept going. One touch towards the byline. And good defending there.
Wow. David Abador sprung from nowhere there. He's playing central midfield. And he just, well, he was the furthest man forward. Wonderful play from David Abador there. 42 minutes gone, and he was striding up through the middle of the field.
Just a nice glide there from Abador. Really no effort whatsoever, and he was quickly down there. And a heads-up play to keep the run alive as well. Long throw from Espinoza. Easily out is Miller.
Espinoza's got some throw in him, actually, I've noticed. A couple of times now, almost without effort. He's thrown the ball way into the box there. And that's good play from Brady Ballou there. Brady Ballou has gone back to Espinoza's right back spot as lets the number 22 recover there. That's good play, good thinking from Brady Ballou.
Cruz, little chip over inside the box. Devin has to get there back. Chaplow now. Oh, wasted ball there from Chaplow. But that was a brilliant little chip into the box from Cruz. And good defending there from Devin Morgan. Make sure that he got in front of the Orange County Blue. Almost finished with the first half here at One Oak. How much time you think will be added? Maybe 2?
I think I was going to say 2. Certainly no more.
Here's Mata. Mata wins one more time. Lays it off of the defender, and now we have a corner kick coming up. Cirabo was the man out there to challenge on Christian Mata, and the local product right here from Tulsa and Union High School continuing to make his presence felt.
Well, Pop, what a time to score now. If the Roughnecks could go in 2-0 up at half-time, this would be a really big moment here if we can score from this.
Martinez. Nice ball from Martinez. The defender just got there before the Roughnecks could. Caesar tracking back, has it. Has Mirkovic in a help roll, but instead knocks this one long and forward, and Ballou will watch it trickle over the touchline, and we'll see how many minutes are added here.
Great play from Martinez and Sammy Ochoa. They just shut Caesar down. He couldn't go anywhere, ends up having to boot the ball away, slices out, throw into the Roughnecks. Great play. Great. It's great when teammates help each other out and play as a team. They really are the Roughnecks tonight.
Still waiting on the board. It's 4 minutes that have been added.
Well, I guess we forgot the hydration break, didn't we?
We did, yes.
So that's our excuse anyway, Pop.
There's a foul directly in the center of the pitch. Referee's pointing in favor of Tulsa. That's going to go against Mirkovic.
Yeah, Mirkovic has committed the most fouls for OC Blues. Our great team here at One Oak putting up that caption earlier for us.
Yeah, I do want to say thank you to everyone here at One Oak, the camera crew, the production staff, top notch, one of the best in the USL. Brandon Miller easily takes this one out of the air.
And they said actually it was the most in the USL is Mirkovic. So interesting stat there.
Roughnecks have their red kits on tonight. And of course, sponsored by Admiral. Admiral Sportswear, the official sportswear provider of the Tulsa Roughnecks FC. In addition to the official team kits, you can look for other Admiral products at One Oak Field. Offsides one more time. That's, I believe, 2 or 3 times that Byerman has been caught.
Another good sign that, you know, okay, it's not the most interesting part of the game of soccer, but boy, if you can do it well, it squeezes the opposition out, and it's an offside, and here's Alex Mangles, and we're counting down to the half-time break.
Espinoza to Schaefer. Oh, I've been thoroughly impressed with Schaefer. He was a bit unlucky last week, obviously, on the own goal, but thought he has come in and played extremely well, along with Devin Morgan.
Well, I always love great signings, and those two were signed as a pair. That was really good.
Well, let me tell you about Devin Morgan. Devin Morgan is maybe one of the most unselfish individuals that's on the team. I mean, he's only been on the team just a handful of days, and he helped me carry bags inside the hotel, and he already had 3 bags of his own. Nice ball there, played from the back for Ballou. It's Ochoa. Can they find one more before half? Great ball played from Sammy. Good defending there from Campbell, who was in the proper spot. So that was a really good opportunity here in stoppage time in the first half.
Yeah, good play from Ochoa, really going for it and, you know, going down to the byline, clipping the right ball back, back to the penalty spot, but good defending from OC Blues. Keep it at 1-0 to the Roughnecks.
Espinoza there. Byerman keeps it alive. Back for Campbell. Campbell now one touch. Cruz coming over to help. Cruz has it, turns, spins to the outside touchline. Still alive there, working against two Roughnecks players. Good ball to find Campbell. Mirkovic outside the edge of the 18. Cruz. Right-footed ball into the box, headed out by Irla Davrin. Still alive. Campbell's ball was knocked down. Here comes Ochoa now. Ochoa has it. Past the halfway point. OC gets back. Sammy holding up, pulls it back, and Abador was making a run forward towards the 18. So good play there from Miller, and that will do it for the first half.
Yeah, just on that last play, that was great from Martinez to put the foot in, as I said earlier on the commentary. Unsung hero for me, Martinez in the middle there with Abador. Great first half, Pop.
Well, tremendous first half from Tulsa. As Orange County will walk off the pitch here trailing 1-0, as a goal in the 6th minute from Sammy Ochoa has been the difference maker. And there's Christian Mata, who also had one heck of a first half, my friend.
Christian Mata, the man in form, isn't he? And he's linked up so well with Sammy Ochoa, and to be honest, that's been the difference. I think Caesar's been working up there on his own, and I think the Roughnecks have got two strikers in form. But let's not just credit those two. I can't tell you of a bad performance from a man in red tonight, Pop. Long may it continue.
Live from the Bank of Oklahoma broadcast booth inside One Oak Field, Jeremy Poplin, Dave Saunders with you. Bank of Oklahoma is proud to support the Roughnecks in their second year of bringing professional soccer back to the city of Tulsa. As Ochoa heads to the locker room, his goal, number 10 on the season, has been the difference here so far this evening in downtown Tulsa. We'll take a timeout and come back with the Roughnecks at 4-2-0 when leading at halftime. Can they hang on? We'll find out when the second half begins. But first, our halftime show coming for you next on CBS Sports 1300 The Buzz, your home for the Tulsa Roughnecks.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook and follow on Twitter for league news, interactive content, and have a chance to win exclusive giveaways. And remember that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in high definition on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Fans, this year the Roughnecks again have partnered with the Tulsa City County Library System to promote the summer reading program. This year, nearly 40,000 kids and teens signed up for the summer reading program and have read more than 213,000 books. Many of your families here tonight represent the 14,108 kids and teens who completed the summer reading program. Let's congratulate these amazing kids and teens for their accomplishments. Visit the new USLsoccer.com. Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. Time now for the Bank of Oklahoma Kick for Cash. Justin, who are tonight's contestants?
All right, Kirk, I got some good contestants down here tonight. Down here, closest to the Budweiser Terrace, I got my man Tim over there. And closest to the roustabouts in the rig, I got Ryan. All right, each contestant has 30 seconds, 5 soccer balls. Whoever has the most goals in the shortest amount of time is going home with $50 cash, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Then they're going to go over here. Whoever wins that is going for the big money kick for either 100 or 200 additional dollars. Contestants, are you guys ready? Give me a thumbs up. You guys ready to rock? All right, Roughnecks Nation, hope you guys are ready. Let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, let's go. And the first one is off. That's a little wide over there. We're 0-0 so far. They're looking good. We got one for Tim. We got one for Tim so far. It looks like he just missed that second one. Ryan has got his first. We're looking good. We got 15 seconds left. 15 seconds. We got 2-2. 2-1. 2-1. Ryan's up 2-1. Let's need that one over there. And Ryan's got number 3. Tim just missed that one. Ryan, looks like you're going home with $50, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. All right, Ryan, right over here. The big money question. We're going to go right from right here, Ryan. All right. Now, so you already got $50 in your pocket for Bank of Oklahoma. Now we got one question. You can go for the big goal for only $100, or we can pull out that small goal for $200. What do you want to do?
Big goal.
We're going with a big goal for 100. All right, guys. No small goal here, Brooke. Watch out. Come on, Roughnecks Nation. Let's hear it for him. All right, Ryan, whenever you are ready. He's eyeing it. He's looking. The kick. Oh, he towed it, and it just went a little outside. Hey, we still got $50 for you, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Let's give it up for these guys right here. That was the Bank of Oklahoma kick for cash. Great job, guys.
Fans, check out the video board for tonight's halftime stats. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. And now it's time for the El Guapo's Mexican Cantina Dizzy Punt. Here's Justin to introduce our contestants.
All right, Kirk, down here with me tonight, I have Regina and Cassidy, and they're going to play El Guapo's Dizzy Punt. Ladies, you guys ready to do this? All right, Regina is up first. Cassidy, let's back you up right here. All right, Regina, we're going to spin around 5 times here, and then we're going to have you kick that ball as farther as you can. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. All right, she's spinning around. That's number 1. Looking at number 2. She's going with the flip-flops tonight. We're going to see how that's going to work out. That's 3. But you can let the hair fall off. That's okay. That's 5. All right, Regina, pick up that ball. You got it right here. That's it. Pick up that ball. She's trying. She is very, very dizzy right now. Oh my goodness. And she got it off though. She is in the air. She is good. All right, we got it right there. All right, we got another. Nice job, Regina. Cassidy, are you ready? We're gonna make you spin 10 times, okay? I hope you're ready. All right, on your mark, get set, go. All right, that is 1. Oiley's gonna spin with you. That is 2. 3. Come on, Roughnecks Nation, let's cheer her on. They're out here having some fun. That is number 5, looking good. 6, couple more. 7, 8, 9-ish. That's number 9. She's getting dizzy. Uh-oh. Go on, Cassidy, give it a big old boot. What do we got, JJ? Cassidy's gonna be our winner. Let's give it up for Cassidy. Great job to both our contestants. They're gonna be going home with some great prizes, courtesy of El Guapos. And because Cassidy won, that means everyone in section 104, we're gonna be coming over for some prizes for you guys as well. Roughnecks Nation, let's give it up for our contestants, Regina and Cassidy. That is the El Guapos Dizzy Punt.
Fans stop by the Green Country Chevy vehicle display on Elgin Avenue and behind the family stand to learn about the 2016 Chevy vehicle line and get yourself something free. Fans, please direct your attention to the video board for tonight's fan announcements. The Roughnecks wish a happy 9th birthday to Jack Purdy. And happy 10th birthday to Ainsley Gardenhire. And also a special welcome to the Owasso Soccer Club, which is celebrating its club night here this evening. Thank you all for celebrating with us here at One Oak Field. And now here's Justin on the pitch with details about the rest of this evening and the Roughnecks' next home match.
Yeah, that's right, Kirk. Tom wanted me to remind everyone again one more time, it is our back-to-school sale in the team store tonight. It's 20% off Roughnecks merchandise, and if you spend $40, you get a free Roughneck scarf. So make sure you guys go in there before you leave tonight. Again, the back-to-school sale in the team store, 20% off tonight. And then don't forget, after the match, the fun does not stop. Hang around. The Roughnecks guys will be coming around to sign autographs, take pictures, and say hello to our fans. Come to the bottom of your sections. They are excited to meet you guys. And the official after party, all ages after party, is over at Lefty's tonight, right outside on the corner of Greenwood and Archer. It's an all ages after party. We want to see you guys over there. Then Saturday night, we are back here again. 4:30, the Roughnecks rally is going to start out on Elgin. We got an all ages going on. There's face painters, balloon artists, all sorts of stuff going on out there. Make sure you guys get here early. Then at 6:30, the gates are opening. These shirts right here that the street team is looking at, that we're wearing tonight, the Ochoa, our captain, Sammy t-shirts for the first 1,000 fans on Saturday night. So get here early. Swope Park is coming into town, and we want you guys to get here and get loud. All right, Roughnecks Nation, sounds like you guys are ready. We're gonna toss some t-shirts. Let's hear you guys. Keep it going.
All right, Roughnecks fans, time to get out of your feet and get loud for the Mark Miller Buick GMC t-shirt toss.
That's right, Roughnecks Nation. Come on, let's hear you guys. Come on, who wants a t-shirt here in the rig? Let's hear you. I know you guys get louder than that. I've been hearing you all night long. Come on now. Keep it going here. Who wants a Paint Tulsa orange shirt? Come on, let's hear you guys. They're dropping him down from up above. They're dropping him down from up above. Keep it going. I think I got a couple left. I got one more right here. One more right here. I gotta go right up this way. That t-shirt toss was brought to you by our good friends over at Mark Miller Buick GMC.
The Roughnecks thank Eskimo Joe's, Fox 23, the Tulsa Voice, and Mix 96 for sponsoring tonight's game. The Tulsa Drillers are proud to have these fine sponsors helping us put on tonight's match. Thanks again to Eskimo Joe's, Fox 23, the Tulsa Voice, and Mix 96. Now direct your attention to the video board for upcoming promotions here at One Oak Field.
For the playoffs. I know that might sound strange, bottom of the league, but if you can start putting a string of wins together, you move up that league, and you've got to get in the top 8 to make the playoffs. Here we go.
Second half when we come back next here on 1300 The Buzz.
One of those Ochoa shirts, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Those look good.
All right, welcome back as we get set to start the second half here at One Oak Field. Roughnecks leading 1-0 over the OC Blues. OC Blues have not won yet this season when trailing at half. By the way, I'm not going to let that go by the wayside that little fan on camera just dabbed, which might be the best thing that's happened so far here this evening, seeing that little guy bust out the dab here early on. Hopefully, we can have a goal, and maybe one of the Roughnecks players will have a dab of their own, leading here 1-0. 10th goal by Sammy Ochoa. And they will flip ends on the radio dial. Roughnecks now moving from right to left on 1300 The Buzz. I'm Jeremy Poplin, joined by Dave Saunders. You can tweet at us at Roughnecks Radio on Twitter. And welcome into the city of Tulsa.
Yeah, just before halftime, we heard from Jessica earlier on. She said, I'm on vacation in Key West. It's 9:20 p.m. Still finding time to watch Matt, and that is a reference to Matt Sheldon, because I'm so thankful for what he's done on YouTube. Matt You owe us one. We've given you 3 shout-outs. Jessica, thank you so much for your second tweet. And Pop will tell me where Key West is.
Key West is in Florida.
In Florida.
The Keys.
Of course.
Florida Keys.
Silly me. Silly me.
Joa pounds one forward. This one trickles back all the way centrally for Plunka. Back to Plunka. Has some help there in the middle from Mirkovic. To the outside, Campbell. And the Roughnecks have a throw-in now.
Do you ever talk to Dave Irvin on the road about the heat, being an Englishman? I know he's been in the States a lot longer than I have. I've been here 3 years, but it's very, very warm in Oklahoma, isn't it?
It's extremely warm in Oklahoma. Now, when we landed in Arizona, and I'm glad that you brought up the heat, as a foul happens directly in front of the Roughnecks bench. When we landed in Arizona, it was 112, and everyone said, don't worry, it's a dry heat. If anyone else tells me, do not worry, it's a dry heat, I'm going to scream. I felt like my eyeballs were going to explode while we were in Arizona. But yeah, the humidity here plays a pivotal role in some of these games. Los Dos came here and completely wilted in the second half. And the Roughnecks used that heat to their advantage. And we'll see how Orange County is able to hold up to it here as well. Nice tackle and a giveaway. Good ball that's left there. Here's Chaplow. Chaplow bangs it off the post and into the back of the net. And Orange County has leveled here in the 48th minute on a nice give and go. And Chaplow finishes.
Great finish from Chaplow with his left foot. Wonderful give and go there, and the Englishman scores the goal that draws the two sides level, and that is exactly what we said that we didn't want to happen to the Roughnecks tonight. Here's the replay. Lovely give and go. Chaplow drifts inside, hits a left-footed shot against the left post and into the goal. No chance for Mangles, and we are tied at ones.
Well, you're right. That's exactly what we talked about at halftime. Roughnecks showing signs last week in Arizona, fighting through adversity. We're able to battle through it there, and the one thing that I wanted to see is this team not concede a goal in the first 15 minutes, and they have so far. And now, since we are back level, we'll see what shot of adrenaline that this will give the OC Blues.
Well, it's just what the OC Blues wanted, wasn't it? You know, barely, 3 minutes into the second half, and now the Roughnecks have to stem the tide a little bit. They must not concede a second one so quickly now. It's 1-1, and it's game on. It really is. But it was a great strike from Chaplow, who is a left-footed and a right-footed player, clearly.
First goal of the season for Chaplow, who is just added to the roster. And now more danger for the Roughnecks. 5 yards inside from the touchline. And the offensive third. Standing over it is Cruz. Referee has them set and ready to go. Here's Cruz, his in-swinger, it's in. Oh, almost there. Cirabo got a piece of it and probably should have finished that one on a great ball from Pablo Cruz, who just left Edmonton.
Well, he should have got a piece of it, and he got free of Devon Morgan, the central defender for the Roughnecks there, and just got underneath it. But the Roughnecks have got away with it a little bit there. 1-1, and now they need to settle themselves down in this second half.
That was Cruz again, who we mentioned just left Edmonton. Former U.S. national team player at many levels. Made his debut after trialing with Chivas USA, also Atlanta Silverbacks. Part of that first Cal FC team that challenged the Sounders in the Open Cup under Eric Winalda. And he's been very impressive so far here this evening.
Brady Ballou got a bit of a bang to the back of the head there, but he's up. Thanks to the referee who pulled him up, and Brady wants to get on with it. And here we go, 1-1.
Long ball, Espinoza. Climbing over the back there was Edgar. Unlucky there from one of the newest members of the Roughnecks. Here they go, Santana. Nice sliding tackle there from Davern. Corner now, and Orange County goes early, has it. Played in, Cirabo is there, and they're going to say a foul and a push-off.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice to see that one again. Cirabo didn't complain when he was down in the box. It was a great header, but maybe got a bit of a head start by pushing the defender out of the way. Richard Chaplow is saying to the referee, was it really a foul there?
Dodged a bullet, did the Roughnecks. And that was in front of Devin Morgan. And Cirabo, you give him a second opportunity, and he shows you right there, as he did finish that one. But lucky there are the Roughnecks. Sometimes you got to be lucky, and you'll take advantage of those when you can. There's Villalobos. See if the Roughnecks can settle in here and have a bit of possession. David Abador. Oh, bad giveaway from David Abador. Caesar is there, touches to the opposite side. Mangles had to come out and challenge, and Caesar has now finished. Goal number 2 on the night for Orange County, and just like that, the lead has evaporated. In the 53rd minute, it's Caesar who continues on his scoring ways now for Orange County, and add another one to his total. And more importantly, Orange County now has the lead.
Well, Caesar won't score an easier goal because it was an open goal that he tapped in, and you have to feel a bit sorry for David Abador. No player wants to do that, and his attempted back pass from a long way out just fell woefully short, and Caesar was pouncing onto it and took it round Mangles, who had no chance. And like you say, all of a sudden, here we are now at 2-1 down, having been 1-0 up at half-time, and we've only played 8 minutes of the second half. So now we'll see what the Roughnecks are made of. And for his troubles, Espinoza got an arm in the face there.
Caesar, by the way, has just tied Crittenden for the number of goals scored for Orange County. Both of those individuals have 7. And it comes at a time that has basically stunned the crowd here at One Oak.
Yes, it's gone very quiet all of a sudden, and credit to OC Blues. The 4th official just had a little word in the referee's ear there, and the referee's just going across to have a chat with one of the OC Blues players. No card, but free kick to Tulsa. And as I said, Pop, we'll see what the Roughnecks are made of now, because they've had a good July. Here they are, they were 1-0 up. They're now 2-1 down in the blink of an eye. Let's see what they really are made of. Need a good chance on goal in the next few minutes.
Back to action we go. Schaefer. Campbell steps in front of Ochoa. Long ball now towards the corner for Caesar. Boy, look at the speed. Evan Morgan's got some speed of his own, longer legs, and Caesar was 2 steps ahead of him. Fancy footwork there from Caesar. Plays in another brilliant ball, but Schaefer was there in front of Chaplow to head it out of the 18. Mata comes back to receive this one. Touch from Mata. And now the referee stops play. Mata is upset. Mata has to be careful now. Sammy comes over to share some of his thoughts. That's Jose Lara, who's in the center tonight. Brooke Weiss, Michael Kapp, the assistants tonight. Matt Trotter is your 4th. There's Chaplow, just signed from Southampton, has a goal tonight. Made things level at 1. And then just a few moments later, Caesar has given the Blues the 2-1 lead. Chaplow spins away from Sammy. Cuts to the byline. Nice hustle and effort there from Sammy to tackle that ball away. And a corner now coming up. And a sub for Tulsa as well.
Well, Brady Blue's coming off, and I think we're going to see our first introduction to Mr. Chase Minter. My eyes don't deceive me, Pop.
It will be Chase Minter, on for Tulsa, his first appearance.
From Sacramento, isn't he?
On loan from Sacramento is Chase Minter. 23 years old, rookie. Played at Cal Poly. Scored 4 goals for the Mustangs while he was in school. Actually, I take that back. He had played for 4 years and had 21 assists, so I apologize. 7 goals and 6 assists in his senior season.
And it's a like for like. Brady Ballou was playing on the right-hand side in the 4-4-2, and that's exactly where Minter's gone. So good to see the young man here. We'll see what he's made of as well now as he comes on with his side trailing by 2-1.
Has 2 appearances for Sacramento so far this season. Espinoza will get called for the push in the back. And you saw there Espinoza kind of grabbed around the waist there of Byerman. And that's nothing more than a tactic to stop that quick play, because Orange County was going to be up and ready to go all the way through to Mangles. Mangles will push Tulsa forward now. Say hi to his parents, who are undoubtedly watching in this evening.
One thing we haven't seen a lot of tonight, maybe because of the formation 4-4-2, is one of those Davron runs up the left-hand side, joining in, but he's played quite a defensive role, you know, playing at left back. But here he trots forward a little bit here, trying to support Gus Villalobos, who's playing wide on the left.
Throw in now. Espinoza, 59th minute. Tulsa trailing 2-1. Tracking back to receive this one is Martinez. Schaefer to Carlos, challenge there. Throw in for Tulsa.
And now it's Orange County who are snapping into tackles and not allowing Tulsa any space to play in now. The game, obviously, balance has changed with those 2 quick goals in the second half. So Tulsa need to put a few moves together here, keep possession of the football, but they're going to find it hard now to break down the OC Blues. What a difference a goal makes, Pop, or 2, of course, in such quick succession. But plenty of time, that's a good thing.
Still plenty of time.
You know, over half an hour to go, so plenty of time for the Roughnecks.
I almost feel like you need something to kind of re-energize everyone right now, as this is definitely Orange County's style right now of taking the air out of the stadium and air out of Tulsa. Too high, intended for Santana. And there's the man that could do it, is Mata. Unlucky there from Mata. Touch got away from him. Back to Miller. And it's been everything as far as the bounces and possession has gone OC's way the last several moments. Schaefer's left-footed ball.
Yeah, David Abador with that unfortunate back pass there. He would love to, you know, urge his team on and get back on level terms. Doesn't want to be responsible for the goal that loses the match, you know, but it's one of those things that happens in the game of football, isn't it? A loose pass, or it can happen, and if you're punished, so many times you get away with it, but unfortunately on that occasion Caesar jumped in and it was 2-1 in the blink of an eye.
Devin Morgan to head that one away from Caesar. Caesar, of course, spending time with the Aztecs last season. We'll have our first sub for Orange County, it looks like. And I believe it's going to be for Cirebo.
Yeah. Well, he went over.
Well, he went there for just a brief moment.
Well, Sammy's unhappy because they've kind of wasted a bit of time there, but I think that the lad that's gone off
Santana.
is Santana, isn't it?
And Andrew Gray.
Another recent signing, Gray.
Replaces number 7, Christopher Santana.
So some roster changes for Orange County as well. Morgan in front of Caesar.
Of course, the man on the staff, I haven't seen him here tonight, is a player I know well from England, an Englishman called Barry Venison, who played for Sunderland, amongst others, and a very combative defender in his day, and he is now one of those directors of football at OC Blues, Barry Venison.
We need to identify ourselves on the radio side. Let's do that now while we have the opportunity. This is your home for the Roughnecks, 1300 The Buzz. Back here at One Oak, OC Blues leading 2-1. Tulsa had the 1-0 lead after the first 6 minutes. There's a giveaway in the center circle. Nice ball over the top, maybe a bit too heavy from Martinez. Still running onto it there with Sammy. Carlos, as soon as he let that one go, and from this angle, it looked like he was going to drop in just right over the top, but should have known that from the body language there from Martinez, that put just a tad bit much on that.
Roughnecks finding it difficult to get the football and play at the moment. OC Blues have had a lot of possession. As I say that, it's gone out and Espinoza can throw the ball up towards Christian Madder, but Sammy and Madder haven't had many balls to feet. That's a handball, I think, against Minter, who's protesting his innocence. But I think the change, Pop, is that we haven't seen the balls going up to feet to Ochoa and Madder. Maybe now is the time to knock the odd ball over the top.
Yes. And they were doing a much better job of that through the first 15, 20 minutes in the first half than what we've seen so far here. Nice job from Espinoza. Here's Minter. Steps over, pulls back. Espinoza forward. Martinez. To Morgan. Davern. Carlos from the edge of the circle. All the way up forward was Abador. Settled there by Schaefer. Nice job by Schaefer. Realized that he had time. Out wide from Ochoa to Minter. Minter's return ball did not find Sammy. Now turning here is Gray. Forward for Caesar. Caesar was going to make that run towards the corner. Unfortunately for him, Sheldon did not see it in time and went the opposite direction. Here's Cruz. Nice backheel there for Campbell. Campbell now on a dead run. On the assistant says that ball might have gone out off the backheel from Cruz.
Yeah, another good move from OC Blues, but the Roughnecks have got the throw in again with Espinoza on that right-hand side. But as I say, they need to put 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever passes they can together, and it's just niggly fouls. Now, having said the statistic at half-time was that the Roughnecks had only committed 4 first-half fouls. It's all just got broken up, and of course that will suit OC Blues. They don't mind the game being broken up. Roughnecks want it to flow.
Minter over for the challenge. Centrally now. Dribbling through some space. Caesar was calling for it. Poor ball. Directed at Caesar from Mirkovic. Here's Campbell. A little bit of press now from Villalobos. Lundqvist gave it to Cruz. Mirkovic square to Campbell. Campbell has help up the touchline. Orange County doing a much better job now of dictating the pace of this game. Chaplow making runs, just calling for it. Now he'll drift off behind. Now he receives it. He was kind of the director of the offense in the first half. Does have a goal here in the second, but has not had as many touches. Here's Sheldon on a run to the outside. Gray. Gray cuts to the inside of Irla Davrin. Caesar sets himself up, goes towards the back post, and Mangles on the ground has it covered up.
Wonderful save from Alex Mangles. Had to be at his best there and did everything right. Dove to his right-hand side, smothered the ball safely, but a good move from OC Blues. But here come the Roughnecks.
Here's Sammy. Sammy's cross bounced all the way through the 18. Mata gives a little shove there from behind as he's trying to chase that one down.
Yeah, Mata's getting a little bit frustrated now, but I think that's the right call. And good save from Alex Mangles. And we should say that Ben Mangles got in touch and said, thanks for the shout-out, Pops. Haven't missed a game on YouTube. Thanks for your company tonight, Ben.
No, you guys haven't. It's great to see them last week in Arizona. Nike's a proud partner of the USL. You can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
And Lisa Mangles liked the tweet as well. So just to complete the...
That a girl, Lisa.
the mentions.
Gustavo.
Now that's better from the Roughnecks.
Absolutely. Havador to Minter. Martinez seems like he's getting a little bit more involved now here in the second half. Here's Caesar, and even he cannot catch up to that one.
He wouldn't be out of place in the Olympics in Rio, would he, in the 100 meters? He's so quick, Caesar.
Man,
one of the quickest I've seen, actually, I think.
I think he is one of the fastest players that we've seen in the entire league so far. And when he kicks in that extra gear, even from all the way up here, it's extremely impressive.
It is.
Throw in now for OC as we are in the 69th minute. Blues leading 2-1.
I think the other difference, I would say, on the positive for OC Blues is that the left and right backs are getting involved as well, which is the sign of good possession from the side. And here is Sheldon, right back. It really is a change around from the first half. But as we keep saying, there's still plenty of time, but the Roughnecks need these passes and, you know, to create a chance on Miller's goal.
Chaplow. Here's Gray. Sheldon back to Chaplow. Chaplow keeps his run going. Good job there by Schaefer, and that one sprayed wide right.
Well, that wasn't too far away, was it, from Mirkovic? I think Mangles knew where his left-hand post was and watched it go past. It was a good strike from the Serbian. Just looking at the, you know, the Roughnecks bench, and it's quite defensive, isn't it? And you know, we've seen one change in Minter coming on. Carpio's on the bench, Kaleem, and then you've got Lee, Chenaratsu and Watley are all defenders. So if David Irvin does want to go for it, you know, maybe Martinez will have to be pushed up front and sacrifice one at the back as the game goes on. But still 20 minutes to go, and we're very optimistic the Roughnecks can get back into this.
Minter with the easy touch to Ochoa. Abador. Here's Dav. Spins away there from Caesar. There's Villalobos, glutes on the touchline. Nice ball there. One touch, looking for Mata. Oh, Mata tried to find Minter on the diagonal run. Oh, that was a great ball from Dav. A better first touch from Sammy to set Mata up.
And that shows what you can do when you do put those passes together. And in the end, Christian Mata was just a little bit unlucky with that last ball into the box. That was great play from Minter there down the right-hand side. Good ball in, but away by the big German Plunker at the back, who's had a pretty steady game at the heart of the defense.
72nd minute. There's a look on the replay. Mata trying to be unselfish there. Defender closed in a hurry. Villalobos almost stumbled over the ball. Still has it. Plays it back to Devin Morgan. Gustavo has a bit of space here. So easy move. On the ball a bit wide there for Minter. Just got it as much on it as he could. And now a foul committed. Right on the edge of the middle third.
I think what's improved things in the last few minutes is the substitution Minter. Chase Minter, he's playing wide on the right, but if you look, Pop, he's actually cropping up in the middle, and that's just allowed a little bit more passing to go on, the triangles to go on in that centre part of the field, and that was good play from the Roughnecks then, but they need to win this ball back again. But well done Minter as well. Obviously now he's got to patrol the right-hand side, but if he can come into the middle, it means you've got 3 players in the centre of the field, and very hard to defend against.
Case & Associates is your home for the Roughnecks players when they're not on the pitch, and you can look to Case for your apartment needs. You can find Case & Associates online at caseusa.com.
And Villalobos has got more touches on the ball in the last few minutes, which is always a good sign for the Roughnecks.
And there's the man that needs some touches himself. That's going to be out over the line. AR back down the field. Has his flag up in the air.
And we're going to have another substitution made by David Irvin and Coach Weiss of OC Blues.
And we'll do that right now.
I think there'll be 2 actually for OC Blues and 1 for the Roughnecks.
So our first sub, 16 for
German,
is out. And that's number 37. It's Muse.
Now Muse is the lad with the assists, isn't he? 4 assists, I think, for OC Blues. So a dangerous character coming on. Roy Muse wearing 37. Along for the Roughnecks is Jason Ramos Carpio. So he's gone on. Villalobos has gone into the middle. And I think it was David Abidor that's gone off, Pop. So Villalobos goes into the middle alongside Martinez. And out on the left-hand side is Carpio.
That's Ajakwa that also came on for the OC Blues, as we will have our break here for the warm temperatures.
Well, it gives them a chance. It's an unusual thing in a game of soccer, isn't it? It's like a timeout in a game of football, you know, or basketball, that you can, you know, the coach now can just have a word with a few players and he'll be saying, come on, we've got to get control of this football. Keep your heads up. It is only 2-1. You know, they can still get something out of this game. 15 minutes plus the board at the end. And a bold substitution as well, bringing Carpio on. So it's now quite an attacking lineup that David Irvin has got on the field. And there's no reason at all why they can't go and get the equaliser. But having said that, and it's a big but, Christian Mata and Sami Ochoa have not had the service and not had the opportunities on goal. Miller's not really had a save to make in this second half. So interesting 15 minutes coming up, and as we said, they've got to get something out of this game if they're really serious about moving up the league pot.
So we'll see with the additions of Mius here and also Ejikwa, how that will change things for OC. Here now in the 77th as we are coming back to action after this mandatory water break, as you see David Irving and Tom Taylor chatting this one and going over some strategy here to try to close out in the last couple of moments. We are past that magic time, Dave Saunders, in which the Roughnecks, when leading after the 75th minute, had been undefeated on the season. Unfortunately for Tulsa, when they are trailing after the 75th, they are winless, 0-11. Plunka has been subbed out.
Well, stats are there to be broken, aren't they, Bob? So let's be optimistic and say we're going to get something out of this game here tonight. We really must try and get something and then, you know, bring on Saturday, Swope Park Rangers.
Campbell with the throw.
I'm ever the optimist. I mean, I have to be as an Englishman with my national soccer team's performance over the years. So we celebrated winning the World Cup this week, Pop, or I think it was last week actually, 50-year anniversary. So there's me being the optimist.
Kind of forced to be an optimist, are you not?
Yeah, 50 years, can't believe it. Since Bobby Moore lifted the World Cup for England, in England at Wembley, 1966. Now, what's going on here?
Yeah, the center is over and having a discussion here.
Well, I hope the time will be added on. It ends up with a few smiles, but I hope the time will be added on there because the game was completely held up.
Yeah, Wies was, you can see there he's got a little bit of a smile on his face. He's still not letting the center hear the last of it until he has a seat there. Foul from behind.
Yeah, he's a Swiss coach, isn't he? Wies.
Easy there, out of the air. No trouble whatsoever as we are in the 79th with Tulsa trailing 2-1.
Yeah, we need a little bit of magic from somewhere now, don't we? But as we keep saying, there's still time here. And still time for you to send in your tweets at Roughnecks Radio, all one word,
Great.
at Roughnecks Radio.
Gray kept the possession and went square to the outside. Here's Mengels all the way out to the edge of the box, has it. Ejikwa was the closest blue that was there.
Well, the roustabouts, as always, never give up singing or chanting for their team, do they? And I know the players all appreciate that. So well done to them. And well done to everybody who's come out to One Oak tonight to watch the Roughnecks. And don't forget, there's another game on Saturday. If you can get here tonight, 7:30 kickoff. If not, stay in and listen to me and you, Pop. Why anybody would want to do that, I don't know. But if you can't get down here, maybe you got to work, listen to the broadcast.
Well, you've got to get out here, and there's a foul as Carpio went down immediately. Let's see, he's reaching towards that knee area there on the left.
That was a heavy challenge, actually.
It was.
Yeah.
Here we'll see on the replay. Yeah, got a piece of him. Carpio is up. You've got to make it out here Saturday because you were commenting at halftime. Those Sammy Ochoa shirts look great.
They really do.
Two-man wall now for Orange County. It's Carpio over the top of it. Let's a low line drive ball that's at the near post, and Miller smothers it.
Good attempt. I mean, I think he was trying to catch the keeper unawares there. Was Carpio picked himself up after being fouled, and a good attempt, but they need another attempt on goal now from open play.
Back from the touchline centrally. Campbell through a couple of defenders towards the corner now. Ball taken away by Schaefer. Steps in front of it. There's Carpio. Another attempt of some possession, has it bumped away from him.
I think I'll go back to my earlier point. You look at Campbell's run from left back there, and the Canadian, you didn't see that in the first half, and he's suddenly been able to do that, and then throw in Sheldon on the right-hand side as well. And OC Blues are playing really confidently in this second half and lead by 2-1.
Nice ball there from Sammy, just a bit much. Good effort.
Yeah, good effort, and Carpio's going to make sure the keeper has to pick that one up. But those guys have got to keep moving. Easy for me to say from up here, but on a hot night. But Sammy and Christian have got to keep working for the team, and I'm sure they will. They never give up.
Oh, there's a foul. That's a hard challenge there from Mius.
Espinosa, I think, suffering from a little bit of cramp. I don't think it was to do with the challenge. He's trying to stretch out that right calf muscle.
Well, this weather will do that to you as Kobe Smith makes his way across the field. You can follow at USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the 2016 season. Substitution coming in for Tulsa.
For Tulsa, number 13, Raymond Lee.
This will be Raymond Lee checking in for Espinoza, who will receive some treatment now on the sidelines. Hey, keep up to date with all the happenings in the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams.
And the big news is that the Roughnecks are going from a back four to a back three. Schaefer, Morgan, Davron. Raymond Lee is going to push on wide on the left-hand side. And I think Carpio will play in the hole just behind the front two. So more attacking from the Roughnecks, as they've got to be in this last 7 minutes plus the board. So we're thinking about another 10 or 12 minutes left in this one for them to get something out of the game. Dav was caught there. Play on, says the referee.
Got there just in the nick of time. Ray Lee harassed, still has it. Carpio turns. Looks, has Gustavo. Dribbling now across the pitch. Sprays it to the opposite side now. That's Minter. Devin Morgan.
You'll see Carpio in a pretty much a free role, roaming behind the front two of Mata and Ochoa now. Really important 10 minutes for him. Can he pull a few strings and get service into the front two?
85th minute, Tulsa trailing 2-1 to Orange County. Carpio just too much out in front of him on his touch. Tulsa tried to make something happen here in the final moments. David Irving up off the bench.
Turns away in disappointment. There's the long ball into the box, was just too easy for the keeper.
Here's Mius. Gustavo step for step behind him. Mius tried to turn there.
Of course, it's all very well, going three at the back, and I applaud David Irving for doing that. But what it does do is it makes your left and right hand midfielders almost play as wing backs. And Gus Villalobos has been given the job, after 85 minutes of getting up and down that right hand side. Not an easy job.
Not at all. Got to keep an eye on Ajekwa here.
There's another throw in the corner, and time being taken out the game by OC Blues now.
Schaefer. Mata's the first one there.
Well, I'd like to thank Alicia Rodriguez for putting me right. She said the guy on the sideline for the Blues is Barry Venison, not Oliver Weiss or Weiss. So my apologies to Barry Venison, because obviously I've seen him play many times in England, and my apologies, I did not recognise Barry tonight. So welcome to Tulsa, Barry, and thank you, Alyssa, for putting me right on that tweet.
Oh, Semi.
Well,
Oh, a bit egregious from way out there.
Yeah, I guess you've got to...
Thought he saw Miller maybe off the line just a bit.
Would have been a wonder goal, wouldn't it? A little bit of frustration, I think, for Sammy, because, again, he's worked hard, scored the early goal, and hasn't really had another clear-cut chance since that goal in the 6th minute. And there is Sammy, a little bit frustrated. Got into double figures tonight, didn't he? 10 goals for the season, which is a good feat to get to.
Gray had it taken away. Carpio, youngster from Guatemala. Thought that he had a handball there. Ajakwa harassing. Davern dribbling up past midfield. Now Ray Lee there had taken 2 steps forward, and Dav did everything he could to just touch it to the outside. And Ray was too far forward. Of course, Alicia, who tweeted at us, is from the GOAT Parade. Does a good job covering the OC Blues. Also works for MLSsoccer.com. Well, we will see how many minutes are added here as Minter has a word. Kaleem getting ready to check in for Tulsa. And referee will hold up play here to allow Kaleem and this sub to be completed. It's for Martinez. So in the 89th minute, here comes Kaleem.
Well, that'll be a like-for-like swap. I think Martinez has done really well tonight. As I said, in the first half, he was my unsung hero. Did everything simple. Faded slightly in the second half, but, he's had a pretty good game tonight for me.
Holding up in the corner now. Somehow able to break away from that is Mius. And then unlucky. Roughnecks have to start here in a hurry.
And I think Villalobos was a bit lucky because he had a bit of a trip on the legs there of Muse.
Oh, that's Campbell that came flying in over the top of Ochoa.
Chance to get some men forward here, Pop, and I think Schaefer's going forward and Morgan. Oh, well, Schaefer's going to take it, excuse me. Morgan's gone forward. Well, now Schaefer's being told to get forward. That's a good thinking by the coach.
Don't forget to check out @USL Soccer on Instagram to see match highlights and action shots from games around the USL. Only game tonight after a heavy schedule on Wednesday. Tulsa trying to equalize. One touch from Sammy. It's there. Oh, almost.
Well, that's going to be a corner, and that was right on the line by the defender. Let's see it again. Here's the ball in, volleyed towards the right-hand side. Mata
That was
across.
Mata.
Yeah.
And that was Devin Morgan up making the run from the back line. Whew, that would have been world class from Tulsa.
And that's the corner, and that's the header wide. Yeah, good defending, though, you have to say.
We will see the board right now. 5 minutes have been added.
Okay, 5 minutes for
Almost a giveaway. Kaleem running onto it, could not get there in enough time. Morgan will bring this one down with the chest. Davern did not have enough on the ball, looking for Minter, searching forward. OC has brought the majority of players back. One touch back towards the arc. Mata not quick enough. Played out of play. And now a throw in for the Roughnecks.
Is there one more chance on goal pot? We just need one more chance. And often it does fall in this last few minutes. But you have to take that chance. But is it going to fall to the Roughnecks tonight?
Sammy trying to hold the ball as long as possible. Surrounded there by OC Blues players. Referee will play on. The Jaquan is back up and okay. Morgan's ball forward. Gus. Ray Lee was there, but Miller got there before him.
And the defender wasn't too pleased with Ray Lee's challenge on the keeper there, but well done to the keeper, just played on.
Sub now for OC.
Substitution coming in stoppage time for Orange County.
That will take some more time out.
Bernari Valema replaces number 8, Pablo Cruz Jr.
So Pablo Cruz Jr., who's just signed from Edmonton. Bernari Valema. And Cruz will take his time. Referee signals to Miller, and we're back underway.
Yeah, and as I'll say again, is there one last chance, a bit like the Arizona lad when the Roughnecks were winning 2-1, right at the death. Is there another chance for the Roughnecks?
There's Chaplow. Good step in there. Carpio takes a tumble.
So I think it's everybody up. I think Alex Mangus might come and take this one, maybe. No, he's come way out of his area. But here's the chance then, Pop.
Carpio in. Miller was way out of the box. Leaned in over the top and got a hand on it. And now a wasted ball dumped back in.
Brave goalkeeping there, because he, as you said, he came a long, long way out there and had to make it, and did. And then the ball was cleared away and not, you know, they weren't able to get it back in quickly.
You commit yourself that far out, you better get a piece of it.
And we've seen many a goalkeeper, haven't we, in world football make a mess of things like that. But that's good goalkeeping from Miller. And again, he comes a long way out, takes it, and that's what your defenders want, especially this late in the game.
And now, a little gamesmanship there between Miller. Sammy backs off and says, hey, he's got plenty of room. And that will do it. An impressive comeback, and you see the embrace there on the sidelines from the staff from Orange County as they have come into the heat in Tulsa and walk away with a 2-1 victory over the Roughnecks here on a Thursday night. And this will be one, my friend, that the Roughnecks will look back on and wonder what if, after leading 1-0 and the goal in the 6th minute and leading all the way through halftime. Credit to Orange County, though, because they came in and played a tremendous second half to walk away with a victory here and have their first win ever against the Tulsa Roughnecks, now at 1-2-0 for the all-time series between these two teams. And this is an unfortunate one for the home side, my friend.
Disappointing because they had it in their hands at half-time. And we said at half-time, and obviously David would have said to them at half-time, you know, don't concede, don't give anything away, especially in the first 15 minutes of the second half. And Pop, I'm sure, you know, in the post-game show, we'll pick it to bits, but 2 goals in the space of, what, 5 minutes have won it for OC Blues. And it's disappointing. This will be a disappointing one to take. But I'm ever the optimist, you know, very quickly thoughts will now turn to Saturday. But nothing from tonight's game when possibly they, you know, could have done. But credit the opposition with a very fine second-half performance.
No, I'm with you 100%. As David Irving will gather the players there and have a brief chat here on the One Oak Field surface. And they've got to forget about this one and turn right around just several hours from now on Saturday night, as Swope will be in the house. And I know that they'll be frustrated and disappointed, but another opportunity is just right around the corner. You can see there the Akoto logo on the front of the Roughnecks jerseys. They're the new official jersey sponsor for the Roughnecks this year, infused with blue agave and citrus flavor and blended with lager. Aged in tequila barrel staves, Akoto delivers a distinctive taste experience unlike any other beer. 25-ounce man cans are available now at a One Oak Field as the Roughnecks bring it together and call it up with Orange County walking off the field. 2-1, a victory for Orange County. We'll take a timeout on the radio side, come back and begin our post-game show. That's coming up next. Thank you to those of you watching in on YouTube and the feed this evening. It was a pleasure being able to call the game for you tonight. And we look forward to the next time that you tune in with us here in downtown Tulsa. For David Saunders and Jeremy Popham, we'll take a timeout and come back with the post-game next here on 1300 The Buzz.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Kennard